What is going on, y'all? Mamba here, back with another video. Happy Thursday, I believe. Yes, Thursday. So today, nice day in the market. There was a nice long opportunity near market open, so I'm gonna be going over that, and that yielded about 3,700. Today was really straightforward based off of the pre-market plan, and only thing I regret is not sizing up even bigger for this trade, just because it was so clean. But let's get right into it. So let's go back to the open. So basically, in the pre-market, right? If you look at the higher time frames, let's look at the hourly. Well, what are we doing, right? We took out a lot of sell side liquidity, so our objective has basically been met to the downside. And what are we doing? We're forming higher highs and higher lows in an hourly uptrend, right? So that's giving me confirmation that longs are a huge opportunity, or the basically it's high probability based off of the current structure. And basically we also have this 4-hour gap. So this is like a bearish gap that price can reject out of once we fill it. And if we do inverse these 4-hour gaps, we can target this high, and then we can target this high. So what we do is, like, we're just going to be reactive to market open, and based off of the structure and what everything is going on, we're going to either exit our trades or stay in it. And then what I like to do, just to declutter, because I usually have 4 charts in one layout, but I started using this indicator. It's called ICT HTF, so higher time frame candles. So it's just showing me the 5-minute and the 15-minute next to the 1-minute, just so it kind of declutters my chart. So this is why I have that there. And then basically my pre-market plan, sorry, I rambled off a little bit, but we have an hourly gap right here that we can potentially bounce off of. So this is a point of rebalance and a point of where we can potentially bounce off of. And I'm using the fib level as well. If I use the swing high to the swing low, it lines up with EQ of the 1-hour gap. And actually, yeah. So this is a point of where we can potentially bounce off of based off of equilibrium and OTE. So let's get right into the charts. So right at open, we sell off, right? And then some people here, they're thinking like, oh, this is a strong sell-off, right? This is 72 points. Maybe I should go short. But you don't want to short based off of one candle or just a 1-minute, right? We want us to break a higher time frame structure first. So if I look at the 15-minute, I'm not shorting anything until we break this 15-minute and hourly swing low. So short's not even a question. We have this hourly gap protecting price as well. So from here, we get a nice hammer candle, right? But this right here is not enough confirmation for me. Based off of this candle right here, we could potentially form a lower high to go lower. So that's not enough confirmation for me yet. And this candle is really good. So I entered a little bit later. I entered like mid candle on the next candle, but this is like actually the perfect entry. And then you could target the edge of the 4-hour gap, or you can target the CE, which I did. So you can enter here. This is like the basically the perfect setup. You can put your stop at this body, and then you expect, I'm kind of expecting this 1-hour gap that's formed to hold. And from here, we're just displacing up heavily. And then I forgot to mention, so on the 5-minute, we got this strong 5-minute close. So look at this strong displacement 5-minute, right? It's 109 points. We have a nice wick, and then we also have a change in the state of delivery right here. So right here, it's breaking the 5-minute downtrend. So that's like more confirmation. So you can basically enter here or right here. I entered like in the middle somewhere here, and then I'm basically just holding to my targets. My take profit got hit right here, and I was basically out of my trade. And then from here, we do fill the 4-hour gap eventually. So we have a minor SMT right here with ES. So we swept the liquidity. And then you can enter somewhere here, mid candle, if you want to go for a quick scalp. So we inverse this gap right here. So if you wanted, you could enter a continuation. Basically try to go for a 1-to-1 here to aim for this high. So if you enter mid candle, you can basically get it around here. But this is just an okay, I would say like a B rated continuation setup. So we ultimately hit that 1-to-1, and then you can trim at that point, or you can target this swing high as well right there. And that's like a former previous day high. And then from here, we're kind of just stalling, and price is rejecting, right? Once we fail right here, you don't want to look for longs anymore, right? Because this displacement is so strong, right? Even before that displacement, look at the 5-minute candles to the left. Once we get this close right here, we're basically breaking this 5-minute structure. So even though we have a 5-minute gap right here and a 15-minute gap, longs aren't super high probability just because this displacement leg is so strong. And look at that, right? We're basically going back to opening print and the lows. And then from here, you really don't want to like short anymore based off of the hourly structure. So if you look at the hourly, we are still in an uptrend, right? So we're still holding structure, and you basically don't want to short just because you see this, right? Because we want to break structure and then start to form an hourly downtrend to start to basically short, and you can target low resistance liquidity. But from there, you don't want to. Here is like the perfect time to just get off the charts. So if you miss this trade, or you missed this scalp right here, or you missed this short, best to just get off the charts, because what are we doing now, right? We are in a range. And when we're in a range and we have already taken out liquidity, so we've taken out this 4-hour gap, which has liquidity resting there, and then we're starting to range. This is when price is like really unpredictable, and your success of hitting a trade is very low. Obviously, you can still hit a trade. Trading is it can be 50-50 at times, but you want to be trading when there's volume and there's an edge, right? So if there's liquidity, or you're playing something to rebalance a leg, that's when you have edge. But once we made this move already, your edge is basically gone. With that being said, hope y'all learned something and have a good one. Peace.